Well, the gears are rolling. We're getting closer to hockey, and a man familiar to all Storm fans is Scott Simmons. Scott, welcome. Thank you for joining me. There's no secret. I think we'd announced you. I've got to be sorry. It's been so long ago. I can't remember who we had announced and who we stopped because of obviously COVID coming in. But you were one of our early announcements, and it must have been so frustrating after your debut year, first year pro with Storm in Manchester, and then arranged to come back and then have that happen. But excited to get going now.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be back. I think it was June or July last time we spoke, did an interview like this, being announced and being back for signing. But yeah, just excited to be coming back and have that opportunity. It's going to be a neat experience.
Well, it is going to be a unique experience. I don't suppose, have you ever played in anything like this beforehand? Obviously, they have got a lot of perhaps mini series over in North America, but been involved in anything like this?
Yeah, we do tournaments as kids, but I mean, it's a weekend event. It's not 5 weeks. So I was once able to play in the university games in Kazakhstan with the Team Canada there for the university games. And it was a 3-week tournament. So similar kind of idea, being in a hotel and everybody's in the same rink, and just a tournament style compared to the season.
We mentioned the frustrations involved, but you've been able to keep yourself busy over the last year?
Yeah, I mean, expecting to play in the fall, just was working out and training and staying on top of that throughout the summer. And then obviously it just kept getting pushed back. So I actually took on a little bit of work, just picking up jobs here and there. I did some landscaping and worked for a company here. So yeah, I'm just staying busy. There's always stuff to do. And yeah, now I'm just really getting antsy to play some hockey.
I think like most of the guys I've spoken to, I mean, I spoke to Zach, and Zach's really raring to go. You could hear it and see it. One question I've got to ask you, Zach, is as you can probably see, I've got a cap in the background here because I'm really suffering with my COVID flow. Any tips? Because that's a mighty fine mane you got going on there.
Well, it's been a while since I've cut my hair. Actually, my wife's been cutting it through this lockdown, so, or not cutting it, I guess is maybe the better term. But yeah, I was thinking of getting it cut, and then all of a sudden I heard hockey was coming back, and I thought, you know what, let's keep it.
This is going to be really. There could be a real 80s feel at this tournament. I think with a lot of guys rocking up with some really good flow.
Yeah, I hope so. I think we should bring it back.
You managed to keep in contact with perhaps any of the guys from last year? Obviously, there's a few guys that picked up ECHL contracts and a few contracts elsewhere. You've been keeping in contact?
I've been following along with some of the guys. I know Ginner signed in the East Coast, and Critch is down there. Kyle Hope's playing in Denmark. I chatted with him a little bit throughout the season. Yeah, so staying in touch where I can. And I'm hoping, I'm looking forward to playing with some guys that were on the team last year. So I'm getting excited to see them. I was messaging with Finley just a little bit this week, just to see what he's saying with the draft and all that. And he ended up being protected. So I think he's excited to play, and I think it'll be good to see those guys.
You brought up the draft there. It's I'm not too sure when this interview will go out, but it's been quite well. It's literally just happened. And you mentioned it before we started recording. A few interesting names coming up. It's going to be a strange dynamic, perhaps playing with a lot of the guys we were up against last year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's some good players that were taken. I thought Finner did a great job with his selections and making the big splash, moving the first overall pick. So that's exciting. And yeah, I think, as you said, like playing against guys that playing with guys that we played against last season is going to be strange. But from all I can tell, the team's going to be strong, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, going through the list, there's quite a few players there which have got a bit of history with Ryan, and indeed the likes of Zach Sullivan as well. A few guys who have played when there's always been that close interlink of players between Glasgow and Manchester ever since Ryan came to Manchester. Early days, but I dare say you'll be getting a bit of feedback from Zach Sullivan, perhaps.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I haven't talked to him too much through the lockdown here, so it'll be nice to reconnect and see how he's doing, see how he was throughout the whole COVID experience. And yeah, I'm happy that he's back on the team, and I'm able to be back on the team, and we can play together.
What's your ambitions for this mini series? Is it a workup for perhaps following on the season, or is it just a gun ho at this and take it as it comes?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a huge step for me to get back playing, and obviously not playing. I think it's almost been a year now. It was around the 17th of March when we ended last year, and we came back to Canada. So it's almost been a year now. Just not having that opportunity to play at a high level like we will be in the coming weeks. So it's going to be a good test. It'll be a lot of fun to get back into it, and hopefully will help for whatever's in the future.
Don't quite know how things are going to shape out with the way that travel restrictions and perhaps it will pan out. But I guess there must also be the hope that you can get around and see a bit of the UK perhaps in the late summer months, because everything came to a grinding halt in March, as you said, and you didn't get to perhaps feel that experiences that you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, a part of going to Europe is getting to see all that it has has to hold, and we got to see a lot of England last year, my wife and I, and we were so thrilled to do that. We were at the end of the year, we were going to try to see a little bit more, so that ended up getting obviously squashed, and we had to come back to Canada. So yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, we could do a little bit. My wife probably won't be coming over with me, so I'm not expecting that we'll be. I don't know what the protocol is over there right now, but I don't know how open it is, if we'll be able to travel too much. And we'll be playing a lot of hockey, so I'm assuming we won't be too free.
How has it been over in Canada? I mean, are you able to perhaps feed in some signing prospects to run? Are the universities up and playing?
There's not any university hockey right now. So yeah, there's been not a whole lot of hockey played in Canada. We've been going through obviously some stricter restrictions through probably from Christmas up until now. It's just kind of starting to change, and we're pretty close to Toronto here where I live, so we kind of get looped in with the big city where they're trying to limit people moving around too much. So it's been pretty tight here, and yeah, so we're not seeing a lot of hockey played. We're just watching the NHL as much as we can, and then obviously now hopefully get to play a little bit, which will be even better.
There's a distinct feel of Groundhog Day here, but welcome back once again. I hope you managed to get over nice and safely, and don't have too many problems getting over. I don't know what the protocols are just yet. I think they're working through that. But Simmer, fantastic to have you back with us, and thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to see you all.